It's time to buy a house. You've got everything sorted, you're all fired up, you're ready to go, but there's always that question, which is, how much is it going to cost me to actually buy the house? Because it's not just about the mortgage down payment. If you're in that situation, stay tuned because I've got your answer. Hi everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at eXp Realty. Now, one of the things I'm always getting questions about is, okay, I'm done, I'm ready to go and buy that home, I've got my down payment, let's go. And that's when the first question from me usually comes out, which is, well, what other funds have you got available? Because not only do you need that down payment, which is whatever the percentage of the mortgage is that you need to buy the house. Let's say we're buying a $300,000 house, you've got 10%, $30,000, and you're like, great, that's it, we're ready to go. Well, it's not as simple as that, because yes, there's going to be costs incurred for the buyer due diligence phase, which is going to be having a house inspection, got to pay the lawyer because the lawyer's got to do his work. Maybe you need to do a video inspection, not just on a septic field. We're also starting to do inspections on city properties because guess what? The pipe going from the house to where it meets the city pipe, that's your pipe. Sometimes that might not actually be in good condition. So we want to check that as well. Maybe as well, if you are, especially out in areas like the Fall River, the Hammonds Plains, the Upper Town Talons, the Timberleys, then there's a drilled well, so you've got to inspect that at the same time. So yes, there's that funds of money, but the one thing that people tend to forget is this wonderful thing called deed transfer tax. Now that, here in Nova Scotia, is 1.5% of the purchase price. What is it for exactly? Well, it's the way of basically paying a tax to the government, the province, the Nova Scotian guys, because they are looking at houses and there is no HST on a house. If you're buying a brand new build, there's HST, but the price you see is the price you pay. The HST gets taken off afterwards and is builders, and let them figure it out. Don't worry about that yourselves. So they've kind of looked at obviously the resale market and gone, how do we as the government get a little bit of that pie? Well, deed transfer tax is how they're doing it. So don't forget that it's 1.5% of your purchase price, whatever that number may be. When is it paid? It's paid at the same time you need your down payment, your deed transfer tax, and the lawyer fees. Those are all paid on the day of closing. Typically, like a couple of days before is when the lawyer would ask you to come in, go through that statement of adjustments, and guess what? 1.5% of purchase price is included in those numbers. And that's when they say, here's the check I need. So last thing we'd want for you to do is to go out there, start shopping for houses, and actually get a little bit of a shock on 3-4 days prior to closing, when it's not just 10%. It's 10% plus 1.5% of the purchase price, and then the lawyer's fees get added onto there, and that's the check the lawyer wants you to bring. So that's the information. If you've enjoyed this, we would love you to hit subscribe, because then you will actually get notified of all the upcoming videos. And if you have any interest in some of the other ones, then up in the top corner over there, you will find a playlist of all the other videos that we've done. Hit the bell as well, because that will give you an alarm when we actually go. So when you get that notification, and then there's all the other ways that you can get hold of me. But biggest thing, have any questions, then details are coming right up and you can get hold of me.